From sprawling war zones to savage firefights, the next wave of war games looks intense. These open-world experiences to give you full control over how you fight and survive. Let's get into it.
Englischer Konvoi gesichtet. Backbord, Zerstörer voraus. Feuerleitung, Ziel.
Battleship Command moves naval warfare into a huge open theater filled with storms, shifting tides, and long-range artillery duels. Fleets clash across open seas as ships tear through waves under heavy fire. The game leans into realistic damage, broad battlefield control, and large-scale ocean strategy, giving every encounter weight and chaos.
Doch ich höre nur das Donnern der Kanonen, vermischt mit dem Aufruhr der Wellen. Ich weiß, dass du deine Pflicht erfüllst, jenseits des weiten und ungezähmten Meeres. Du bist dort, wo du sein musst.
Torpedo läuft, Steuerbord!
Ich glaube an deine Stärke und bewahre die Gewissheit, dass du zurückkehren wirst. Dieses Band der Hoffnung trägt mich und ich halte mich daran mit meinem ganzen Herzen fest. Ich warte auf dich. Alles andere zählt nicht.
World of Tanks Heat pushes armored combat into wider, more reactive battle zones. Rolling hills, ruined factories, and urban choke points force fast repositioning and heavy metal-on-metal clashes. Tanks strike with brutal force, and environments crumble under firepower. The focus is on mobility, destruction, and battlefield pressure. '83 expands Cold War conflict into sprawling open areas where infantry, vehicles, and aircraft collide in brutal, large team firefights. Frontlines shift constantly as squads capture territories, while realistic weapon handling keeps every encounter intense. The game aims for massive battles shaped by teamwork, tension, and tactical chaos.
And what we are doing to make '83 a true spiritual successor to the Rising Storm series. But in this series, we'll be going deeper into how we're building '83 and why. So, what is '83? Set in mid-'80s Europe, a flashpoint that never ignited, but could have. At its core, it's the Cold War gone hot, an alternate history conflict between NATO forces and the Warsaw Pact. You'll fight across different theatres, from fortified German farmlands to snowy Norwegian fords. It brings to life the kind of war that was just around the corner for those who lived in that era. '83 will put the most iconic weapons of the Cold War in your hands, all of which behave like the real thing, with systems such as ballistic modelling, penetration, real-world accurate recoil, and advanced weapon handling. All aspects of gameplay will feature accessible realism, with uniforms, weaponry, and vehicles all perfectly matched to the features and appearance of the models available to each army during this period. We aim to make everything as realistic as possible, until the point where it stops being fun, and then we ratchet it back a notch. We're aiming for 40-minute battles where everything can happen. Intense, squad-driven engagements that reward tactical play without requiring you to clear your schedule. You'll see firefights in villages to full-blown armoured pushes across open terrain. And whether you're on the front line or commanding the larger fight, every role matters. The team at Blue Dot Games knows what it takes to create a standout, large-scale tactical shooter. With the wealth of experience from working with Red Orchestra, Rising Storm and their sequels, our developers understand how to craft meaningful combat systems design maps with purposeful flow, and bring battlefields to life. In future dev diaries, we'll be exploring all of these elements in more detail, from faction design and arsenals to the core philosophy behind our gameplay loop. We're currently on the road to launch in early access later this year with a focused set of maps and systems. Then we'll grow, together. Modding, feedback, balance. We want the community in the trenches with us.
Hell Let Loose Vietnam reimagines the series through dense jungles, muddy riverbanks, and villages torn apart by artillery. Guerrilla tactics, ambush-heavy firefights, and brutal close-range combat define the experience. The open environments highlight foliage, trenches, and terrain that becomes part of the struggle for survival. Freezing tundras, abandoned research bases, and snow-buried towns set the stage for War of Worlds Siberia. The open world emphasizes harsh weather, slow sightlines, and sudden ambushes in whiteout conditions. Warfare becomes brutal and survival-focused as players fight across climate-ravaged battlefields.
Еда и оружие. А с едой все сложно. Все бегут. Всем она нужна. Смотрите, они грабят аптеку. Это не наше дело.
Дядь, купи кирпич.
Я убил его.
Вниз!
Стой, тварь! Это же предательство!
Оно самое, юноша. Оно самое.
Thou shalt not kill. So the priests tell us. So the Lord commands.
Chronicles Medieval brings open-world warfare to a grounded 14th century setting. Armies march across fields, siege engines batter castle walls, and villages rise or fall depending on conflicts. The world changes through politics, season shifts, and territorial control, blending medieval life with large-scale military strategy.
I became like them. I took up the sword, prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death. But that's just my story. Go write your own.
I know you will make it right. Blood for blood.
Norse Oath of Blood unfolds across icy fjords, burning villages, and sacred battlegrounds shaped by Viking myth. Warriors charge with axes and shields, storms gather over longships, and raids erupt into brutal melee clashes. The game leans into raw physical combat and a world steeped in ancient war tradition.
If these people are willing to sweat for you, spill blood for you, if they see you as the strongest oak at the heart of the wood, then you must accept the responsibility of being a leader.
The gods gather their war host for Ragnarok.
Your people will look to you to lead them through times of bountiful harvest and through famine. You must be the wise arbiter of their disputes. You must forge blades and build ships. You must lead your warriors in battle. Stand like a rock in the blood fray with them. Reward them with meat and mead and silver. This is what I have been waiting for. Protect their women and their young ones. And protect your own honor, too. Traitor! Will you do all this, Gunnar, son of Grim? Will you swear it here, before these people and before the gods? I swear it. I swear it.
Hour has come. Alongside our allies, you will strike at the heart of tyranny and tear down the machinery.
Sudden Strike 5 expands battlefield control with wide-open fronts, combined arms operations, and destructible terrain. Tanks crush through forests, artillery reshapes defensive lines, and infantry advance through devastated towns. The game emphasizes tactical freedom and brutal real-time warfare.
And ruthless. But we do not stand unprepared. From the tireless effort comes an overwhelming force of trained fighters, weapons, and munitions. My unwavering trust in your courage, your discipline, and your skill stands firm. And so will you. We will accept nothing less than complete victory. Stand firm and move forward upon your great and noble mission.
Every empire has been built on ashes.
Valor Mortis moves through plague-stricken regions where medieval armies and supernatural forces collide. Battlefields rot, soldiers fight through fog-choked woods, and armored duels end in bloody execution. Its open world blends historical brutality with dark fantasy warfare.
This isn't war. This is damnation.
WWI Series Gallipoli recreates one of the First World War's harshest campaigns. Open cliffs, trenches, and shoreline assaults form deadly battle zones. Artillery shakes the earth, machine gun nests dominate choke points, and every advance feels costly. The world reflects historical hardship and relentless pressure.
Sometimes I wonder if it's not me that's possessed.
The Vernyhorn enters a fractured wilderness where warring factions battle for control of dangerous frontier land. Cliffs, forests, and abandoned forts shape engagements that swing between long-range ambushes and frantic close combat. Strange creatures and rugged terrain give the world its own volatile rhythm.
Power
reveals the man. In your case, we didn't have to wait long.
Who the fuck are you anyway?
What the fuck are you waiting for?
Isn't it beautiful? Since I was a child, I used to sit here and listen to the howling wolves. Within the shelter of those ancient stones, they always made me feel safe. Sometimes I get the feeling that these beasts, though wild, have more loyalty in them than many humans. Let me tell you a story.
You just can't stay away.
You lied to me. Why?
Another whiner? What, too loud for you?
I've seen wolves leave the meat untouched. Just lingered. They looked less guilty than you two. Funny, isn't it?
That's enough.
You see that chop on the water? Storms coming from the land.
Never seen the winter hit this early.
It seemed innocent at first. There were faint sounds, small taps, nothing unsettling. Then small things began to disappear. You know, people thought it was the kids playing tricks. However, over time, the sound became unbearable. The wind blended with what seemed like the wail of a wounded soul. They thought it was just the wind howling through the cracks. But the truth was far worse.
Cinder City drops players into a war-torn metropolis, drowning in smoke, fire, and collapsing infrastructure. Combat moves from streets to rooftops and through ruins filled with ash. The conflict blends urban warfare with supernatural threats, giving every district a dangerous, unpredictable feel. Unrecord brings hyper-immersive body-cam combat into sprawling tactical operations. Tight corridors open into large outdoor zones, and missions unfold with unpredictable violence. The game's perspective amplifies tension, making every gunfight raw, fast, and unnervingly real.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Pattern Zero centers on futuristic military conflict, where speed and precision define survival. Open battle arenas shift dynamically as enemies adapt to your movement. The world mixes clean sci-fi architecture with deadly, reactive combat zones designed for high-skill gunplay. Defect follows a fractured army hunted across open regions filled with traps, rival factions, and escalating military threats. Players move through deserts, ravaged cities, and dense forests, while sabotage and betrayal shape the journey. The game mixes large battles with survival-driven mission design.
Green light, 50 seconds. The system approves infiltration and data harvest. High-value criminal elements control the entire block between Figueroa and Lincoln. Multiple suspects in the stacks. Infiltrate and harvest. I will guide you in. Serve and protect. And the system will set you free. Once you're inside, apprehend and pursue all suspects. The system requires you monitor all fellow officers for deviation. It is your sworn duty to report any agitation, any disobedience, any emotion. The system is always watching.
Kill everyone.
Fresh meat. Welcome to the grinder. You think you're brave? Law-abiding citizens, we have guests. 10 floors up for the first slug to bring me to head. If you want to live through the night, stay the fuck out of our way. That's the first data drive. Marked.
Running a bypass.
Stealth wall deployed.
Suspect inside is jamming our system access. Breach and clear the apartment. Weapons hot.
Hands up! Let me see her!
No hesitation.
Please help! Subject down!
What did they promise you? Freedom? Family? There are 2 more data cubes on this block. The system knows. You're one of us.
I'm not going to cover me!
Prosecute. With extreme prejudice.
Fuck you, pig!
Consciousness transfer approved.
No, no, no! Please, I just need to get up to 460.
Alameda PD is tracking multiple gang units converging on your position. Floor 80 and above are locked down. Data cubes will access the system mainframe. Wipe the drive and reboot the block.
You useless bastards! You let the pigs
Halo Campaign Evolved Remake reimagines classic battles across wide ringworld terrain, lush valleys, alien structures, and oceanside cliffs. Vehicles tear across open ground while Covenant forces strike in massive waves. The remake aims to modernize scale, atmosphere, and moment-to-moment brutality.
Power.
Gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
Touchdown! Hit it, Marine!
Somebody order a warthog.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
Lock and load, rock and roll!
Give them hell, Chief.
Glory to the Heroes unfolds across occupied cities and fortified countryside as a modern conflict intensifies. The open world reacts to resistance actions, patrol routes shift, barricades appear, and sudden clashes break out. Combat focuses on street ambushes, sabotage, and tense last-ditch defenses against overwhelming forces. Black Vultures, prey of greed, heads into a lawless region, torn apart by private armies and ruthless mercenaries. Dusty outposts, abandoned mines, and weapon-rich compounds form chaotic battlegrounds. Greed-driven warfare shapes every faction, creating a world full of betrayal and brutal shootouts.
Can you describe the sound in the recording?
Project Spectrum moves conflict into immense futuristic landscapes filled with drones, energy weapons, and shifting combat patterns. Open zones feature vertical pathways, destructible cover, and AI squads that coordinate aggressively. The world feels fast, bright, and deadly, blending sci-fi warfare with large-scale tactical action.
Wind. Strong wind. What the hell happened here?
We got company!
The loss is too heavy for you. But sometimes, loss can birth beasts and bury truths. What do you think? What if you are the beast?
The beast?
Watch out!